Area daytime hours, you can expect mostly sunny skies, highs in the 60s. For the afternoon hours in the IE area, sunshine dominates, highs mid 70s. Afternoon, Coachella Valley, sunshine, highs expected near 80 degrees. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Michael Sanchez. We got a lot of things going on. Some weird things going on around the world. I did some research. I was like, I wonder. Because I saw a video. It was one of those, like, little real things. And I was like, I wonder. Then I did research. I said, I think that's fake. But I didn't know, like New Zealand actually had, like, a testing site near there. Like, they've seen nuclear way in the past. I did, and I said, yeah, exactly. I had a theory about Tonga, and I think the theory still holds up because they've done testing sites in the water or the ocean. And I did some research, and I saw that they did, like, a thing on an island. They dropped a bomb there to see what would happen to the island. And I'm like, I think Tonga wasn't a volcano thing because I've yet to see the lava. I think it was a bomb, man. I think that's why it was so big. I don't know. Anyway, we got Jess Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. It was one of those things, like, you know how you come across, like on YouTube they have them, Instagram they have them, everybody has them, like a 30-second or a minute, and I'm like, and it did like a countdown, like, and I'm like, no, that couldn't have happened. So I did a search. I'm like, it couldn't have happened. That would have been really big news. Like in the water, like from New Zealand, you could see a nuclear like go off, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. But in the area, actually, they have done it in the past. So I'm like, wonder. But anyway, it was one of those things. And then I've been watching the news. You got to think about, the people. It's really bad, by the way, Jess. We talked about it. Turkey, the whole area is it's one of those things when you see a story, and I've been debating like posting it or not. It's just heart wrenching. It really is. And I know heart wrenching is one of those words you really don't like understand it until you actually see it. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of cried because a father found his daughter in the rubble, and I was like, oh my god, that's a horrible thing to see. Like, and you wonder, like, if like if I had a little one and I found my daughter under rubble like that, would you want to continue living? I think the answer is I don't know. I really don't know. But looking at him, you're like, and there was another one who survived, and he's like, you could tell he almost wished he hadn't survived, because his family is like all buried under rubble. Like it's bad, Jess. It's so bad. And the next like week or so, I mean, the numbers are already up. I told you this was going to happen. We're going to probably hit the 100,000s by today's what, Thursday, probably by sometime next week. And it's just, there's no words to describe. Imagine all of LA and all of like high-rise buildings over like 8 stories all collapsed everywhere in like California. That would probably be the only way to say how much devastation there is in Turkey right now with all the buildings that collapsed on several of these major earthquakes. I don't know if they were built on the fault line. I don't know if it's like a San Francisco thing. Because some people go, why do we build again? And I say, well, whenever there's land, there's like, but they reinforce them in San Francisco to withstand that. But if it were a super big one, like, they call it a mega quake, there's a lot of devastation still that would happen. But again, these buildings are old, so that doesn't help. And I just hope when they rebuild, because they said they will, I think it's too soon to talk about rebuild, because they're so crumbled. Even my mom was like, where do they put the rubble at? I go, Ma, they just got to find people right now. They don't care about where it goes. They'll have cleanup eventually, but right now it's about saving lives. And then I saw something, Jess, and I was like, why do they talk that way? And I get it. Numbers, like, how they say about earthquake, like so many aftershocks after so much time may signal a big one. So if they like die down, you want it to die down. But they said after 72 hours, like, and I understand 72 hours, they go, okay, there's like if you were under a bunch of rock and like, your place, you live in a condominium, right? Or apartment?
Yeah, it's an apartment complex.
You would want like them to go past 3 days, wouldn't you, to try to find you and your fam or like your dog?
I expect them to go until they find my corpse.
There you go. That's why. That's where I'm going with. Let's do that, right? So that's kind of the thing that's happening right now, and I get it. Like they got to, move a bunch of rock. They got to do it safely. Hopefully, not crush people underneath. But they're like after 72 hours, pretty much like, and I'm like, no, don't stop. You got to keep going. So I hope they're smart about it. I hope they keep going because it's really like you don't stop right after 72 because there was a report about 72 hours. I'm like, no, I get it. Your chances go down, but even if it's a little chance, you still stay. Remember like those ones that were like in the mine and they like, couldn't get out. They went days, right, to try to get them out. They don't like, oh, 72 hours. Okay, that's well, Jess, I guess you're dead. Like, you're like, look, I'm still here, man. I'm drinking. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bottle of water. I'm trying to like ration it. Your little dog's like, you're like, you might have broken feet, broken arms, whatever. But if you survive, I'm pretty sure you'll live your life as much as possible, right? It's kind of like Titanic, which, by the way, just so you know, Titanic is out at movie theaters, which I think people should watch. If they want to see disaster, they want to feel it, they need to be reminded of that. Plus, the ending they should redo, Jess. They should be like, you know what? Because I think they finally found out and figured Jack, the guy, and everyone's seen it, right? I'm not doing a spoiler, right? Jack could have survived on that little, like, painting, Jess.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, at the end of the movie, yeah, I know she should have tried, but at the end when she throws the heart of the ocean into the water,
Yeah.
I was on board, and I found out she did that, she would go overboard.
You're like, it's worth what? Oh, wait, I get it. Like, you're like, why would you get rid of that? That's me. Like, I gave it to you, dummy. Yeah, I know. I agree. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, yeah, Cameron finally proved it. I was right the whole time. When she says, I'll never let go, Jack, I'll never let go, but she lets go of him, that's a woman not worth saving. So, don't save her. Just run for the hills. Save yourself. Anyway, so, yeah, poor Jack. Well, you know what? You're going to give her anything when you think about it, The other guy could give her everything. Remember that? What's his name? The big guy. Yeah. He was like, I'll give you everything, and she's like, I don't want that. I want that. I'm like, whatever. You're one of those. All right, Jess. Let's see what's going on in the world.
Well, yeah. A lot of things are going on, but I found this story and I could not stop laughing. So, what would you do if you had a pest in your house? Something bigger than, like, say, a squirrel.
If I had a pest in my house,
Yes. So, like, let's say,
I've had a reptile in the house that was like a lizard, like underneath the refrigerator. My dad threw like a ball at it, thinking I'm like, why would you throw? I think it was one of my basketball. Yeah, it was my basketball. I'm like, why would you throw a basketball at it? He missed it, but he got scared. So that's all I remembered. I never saw the lizard. Not gonna lie. And then he saw like the reptile skin, like from like, and it was hiding behind the refrigerator. So, what's the question again, Jess?
uh, like, if you had a pest in your home, what would you do?
So a pest.
Like,
Okay,
it would
what
kill it.
qualifies as a pest?
Anything that's causing a problem.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, people are pests, so can I get rid of them?
Uh, these pair of California woodpeckers would probably make the humans the pest. So apparently this guy, he has a pair of California woodpeckers that are causing a bit of a problem to his home. Okay.
Okay.
They like to store stuff, and so this guy, he noticed some noise in his side of the wall, so he decided to break it open with a pest control technician, and they found a huge amount of acorns.
Oh, I saw this, but I didn't understand it because there was a picture, and I'm like, "What's that about?" And it was a picture of acorns, and there were a lot, but I don't know who counted them. How many were there, Jess?
There were 700 pounds worth.
700 pounds worth of.
Yeah, at first I thought when they said the numbers, I was like, oh, 700 acorns. And then I started reading and I was like, wait, 700 pounds? Because he just kept pulling acorns out of the wall. I was like, oh my God, those woodpeckers are crushed right now because you're straight taking their treasure trove.
Oh yeah, they're upset, man. They're like, really? You would do that to us? Woodpeckers, you know what? I agree. See, they're like, you know what, man? We work for her. Okay, what do you do? I don't know what to say about that, Jess, but I will say this: never disturb the animals. Like, you know what I mean? Somehow they figure it out, Jess. I don't know if they communicate. I don't know if they, you know what I mean? It says a pair of California woodpeckers were surely crushed after a pest control technician on a routine call recently found their massive trove of acorns cleverly stashed in the walls of California home. Sonoma County. Okay. Let's see. Homeowners calling Nick Castro, owner of Nick's Extreme Pest Control, when they spotted worms from. Oh, there were worms coming from the bedroom wall. That's disgusting, Jess. Oh, they turned out to be. It was still mealworms. Ugh. Feasting on an incredible horde of acorns believed to be amassed by a pair of aptly named acorn woodpeckers. Castro said to the news outlet, "It was really strange. I had never really seen worms with acorns before." Well, they eat everything, right? Like woodpeckers?
I know the only thing I know about woodpeckers is that their tongue wraps around their head, like up to the part of the brain. Other than that, I don't really know much.
I didn't know that, actually. Good to know. Yeah, I get squirrels. I saw this and I thought it was a squirrel story. I'm not gonna lie, and I was like, I don't get it. But did they work with squirrels or did they steal the squirrels? I got questions with these woodpeckers. Yeah. I have questions about Woody now, right? Woody's a little like. Did you ever watch that with Woody? Like, I hated the rendition that they did later, but when I think it was the 80s and like, yeah, it was basically the 80s. The little Chili Willy, he was so cute, and then like the polar bear, he's like, "Oh, hey, Chili Willy," and then Woody Woodpecker. I can never do that thing. Some people can do it. I can't do it. Yeah. So Jess, okay, question: what would you do?
I have no. Well, I would give some of them back. I would stash them somewhere outside. But I would not know what to do. I mean, the video I saw, they were literally, it was just coming out like a wave.
Oh, they're smart. They did it through a chimney.
See, animals are smart. They're smarter than we give them credit for.
I was like, how could you not hear the because have you ever heard a woodpecker is like they make like sounds, right? Real like, and they got a big head, right? A thick head, their beak. They do not break that beak. They just right? They build like a hole. So it says, yeah, they discovered the birds dropped the they calls it treasures, right? Through the hole in the chimney and entered the attic through a separate hole to feast on their stash. 700 pounds worth. That's a lot of work, man. Those woodpeckers are like, are you kidding me? So I don't know. Anyway, that's the story. We're sticking to it. We gotta take a quick break. Evidently, woodpeckers are putting things in homes, and I would. Do they band together? Would they don't? Thank God. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnish wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our IRS enrolled system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
law.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your #1 source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
Inner City Auto Repair and Tires located in Beaumont would like to help. Need some new tires? Your check engine light on? Or how about an oil change? Call Inner City Auto Repair and Tires today for all general auto repair services, and they specialize in both foreign and domestic vehicles. Call 951-849-6552 to set up an appointment or come on in. Inner City Auto Repair and Tires is located at 373 East 5th Street in Beaumont, on the corner of 5th Street and Beaumont Avenue for your convenience. Inner City Auto Repair and Tires is open 6 days a week, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Call 951-849-6552. That's 951-849-6552.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here. ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. I have to say, I'm going to laugh. I said this to someone, and I said, look, you know, that whole balloon situation is going to make a situation to where people are going to want to look up more, right? And they may even, you know, see things that they've never seen before. Then I see this, Jess. Here's the article. According to this, it says their search for UFOs helped lead the government to the spy balloons that China said. So, if anything, Jess, like, it was like, we're looking for UFOs. What's that? Pressure's UFO. I don't know, is it? and then the whole conversation from there was like, oh, it's you know how they always say it's a weather balloon, Jess? Like, whenever they say, no, you're just imagining. Well, it was a balloon of a different sort. It was just a Chinese balloon. It wasn't a weather balloon. Or they say it is. I don't really know. Anyway, so there you go. So that's the story. But yeah, they've been looking for a while, because they come up with a lot of stuff. And now people are going to be like, dude, you just got like your own thing handed to you. Because at the end of the day, you're the ones who say it's always a balloon. Now it is a balloon, but it's a Chinese balloon, and now you're shooting it out of the sky. So it's kind of, I think it's just funny. It says here, the review by the U.S. intelligence community and the Pentagon of hundreds of unexplained anomalous phenomena. They were trying to rename UFOs as UAP. I say just stick with UFO. It makes sense. UAP does not make sense to me. Reported by military personnel is one of the techniques that helped identify that China was carrying out a foreign surveillance program using balloons. See, so one helped them with the other. That's good. Unexplained anomalous phenomena is the federal government's new term to describe. No, it's not. They're dumb. Okay, don't change. Hundreds of years. Should we even have movies on the subject? Now everybody has to say UAP versus UFO. I say no. It's dumb. Senior officials stress that the findings should not be conflated or inflated with the balloons being used with those being used by China. I don't know what that means. Official emphasized that China's fleet of surveillance balloons was detected through a broad variety of means. It's called Look Up. What's that? The UAP review, led by the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. They just want, like, does anybody give cards anymore? They just want better titles. We are the Anomaly Center. The director of national intelligence seeks to find explanations for hundreds of reported incidents that now number more than 500. That's true. That's true. This doesn't count, I think, as a unidentified whatever, right? Does it? I think it, well, technically it was unidentified until they identified it was China. It wasn't an alien. So I don't know, Jess. I think, if anything, we're going to find more like stories on unidentified flying objects that are not balloon related. So there you go. Anyway, you know, I think it's a funny thing back to the 50s who said, oh, it's a balloon, to try to dissuade people from going, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, people think like 51 and other like 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, those areas, all in Nevada, which are underground, are just, you know, pretend. I don't think they are, Jess. I don't think they are. But there you go. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, a lot of people have been noticing a lot of weird things in the sky, and it always ends up being something explainable, whether it be a satellite or a weather balloon or something like that. But you know what? It's the unexplained ones that I want to know more about.
Yeah, so there you go. I think if anything, I've seen unexplained things. I've even recorded it, like, but I don't really like to say anything. I'm like, I'll let other people say it before. I'm that guy, right? I'm not saying I don't believe. Oh, I believe. I've seen some, like, but, I want to make sure we're safe first. So if you're a government person, I got some information you want to see. Trust me. All right, Jess, what's going on in the world?
Oh my God, people are clapping back at AMC so hard.
I
They're
saw you
just
post that, by the way. For those of you that don't follow Jess, follow Jess. I follow him on Facebook, by the way. I don't know if he accepts anybody there. But you follow him on Twitter and on Instagram. I am Jesse Sanchez. You posted, I thought it was so funny because and I say this about Biz, right? AMC is going to lose so much. Who was it that said, you posted, I don't know, which chain was it that was like, you know what? Come where we're at. We'll take care of you.
so yeah. Harkins Theater made a little post, or a little Twitter post, and it said, "Pretty good day to be a loyal Harkins guest. Catch you in your favorites at no extra charge."
Yeah, for those of you wondering, sorry, I have to say this before you say anything more, Jess. AMC, okay, for those of you who missed our show yesterday and maybe a couple, yeah. AMC is going to charge, or maybe they already are, I don't know, tier pricing, meaning wherever you sit versus like you go, you get a seat, like you go and you pay and then you go, okay, which seat do you want? Now, based on how high or how low you are, will depend on how much more or less you pay. It's the stupidest thing. And whoever the person that said, no, Broadway does it, I guarantee they're dumb. They're going to lose their job, guaranteed. Did you see by the way? Disney is like laying off like so many people. I'm like, oh, shoot, those people got bills. You don't lay them off right after coronavirus and like to pay their rent. So like everybody that's big business finally going, we gotta like tighten the but I go, but you're doing it dumb. You don't charge more, you charge less. Like Taco Bell, McDonald's, all those are normal pricing. Coke went all the way up to $8, but they finally normalized because it's like, who's gonna buy that eventually, right? No one. So they finally went back down. It's 2 for $5 or something like that. 2 for 7. I don't forget what it is. Anyway, it went down. I'm like, okay, that's normal pricing. Can we go back to that? Duh.
Right, all these movie theaters raising their price. It's just like, movies are a luxury, as most things are.
Yeah.
So
Good
it's
point.
not necessary. I could easily wait for it to stream.
Yeah.
And you know what? As much as I enjoy going to the theater, I don't like being elbow to elbow with people. I don't. Sometimes I got to go to the bathroom. They won't pause it for me, unfortunately. But you know what? I just feel more comfortable in my home. I have a nice, decent sized TV, so I can turn off all the lights and enjoy it from home at my comfort.
Look, there's some movies that deserve to be watched at the theater, okay? I'm not going to lie. That's why I say Titanic, go watch it. Why not? Take someone who's never seen it. I would say that. I'm thinking of someone who's visiting from Canada. Maybe I should actually say, hey, yo, let's go. Nah, she'll be like, dude, are you trying to pick me up? I'll go, no, we're trying to produce together. Why would I do that? Anyway, look, here's my point. Here's my point, Jess. How do I say? Okay, let's put it this way. There are some movies that you want to see at the theater, right? Like what's the last movie that you saw? It was really big. Was it Marvel? Was it DC? Was it another film?
I want to say, it's been a while. I can't remember.
Do you ever select like, okay, you're thinking, okay, is 3D is going to cost a little bit more? That we expect, but everybody gets that wherever you sit, right? And so and did you ever get to a theater? I went to the theater the other day during the week. I like going to the week where there's no there. That's what I think you would like. It's almost like your own personal thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you go at certain times. You're like one of like a few people. They're not elbow at all. So my point is this, Jess. Like, would you move and would they catch you if like you were like when no one's there, right? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not always sold out. It's only sold out like for the big stuff for the first like weekend. But if you ever go during the week, I used to do sales, and I remember like during the day somebody would cancel. I go, okay, what do I want to do? So I go and see if I have time. I go, all right, let me go watch a movie. And in midday, like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, watch a movie. Me and maybe a few others. Especially if it's like an independent movie. there's some movies that just are not worth watching that way. So I don't know, Jess. I have Oculus, by the way. Oculus, go get Oculus, get big screen, watch your movie that way. But here's my point. I think AMC is going to say, you know, we're so dumb, and we're getting rid of that guy at some point, and they're going to go back to the normal because it just doesn't work. I get alcohol works. They were the first chain to start alcohol sales, and people buy that, like, you know. But that's a date thing. But I think the generation that will pay for it if we went all the way through, I'm just glad places like Regal, Evident. What was the one that you called? What was it called? Search with an H.
It was called the Harkins.
Yeah, they're smart. Their media is smart. They got a smart because see they should keep like ha ha ha. They should keep poking the people at AMC and be like come here. We have the same pricing because they're smart. Period. End of story. So that's the story. I'm sticking to it. You don't want to pay top price to sit where you normally sit. Like it doesn't make sense. You know, and if you did. Would you be like people do at Dodger Stadium, right? You could have security guards. So you got to pay more long term just to be like, no, sit there. You know, so you get like the cheaper one, right? Maybe the front row seat, and then no one's there, right? And you're like, all right, no one's there. So you move to the regular seat, right? Do you feel like you're stealing from AMC or not? I'd be like, just go to the one with the H. Go there, right, Jess?
Yeah. See, the problem with that is nowadays all the seats are assigned once you get them. So.
But I've moved when there's no one there.
Oh yeah, once it starts, I guess. But
you have a whole movie theater open, and you're like, "Where do you want to sit?" Right there, and you're the only person there. You're like, "I want to put my feet up." No, you gotta sit there.
Yeah.
Huh?
In that case, do what you want.
Yeah,
do what you want.
People sneak in. I mean, come on. Anyway, all right, that's what starts sticking to it. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned. God, AMC, you're dumb.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Tired of waiting in line for overpriced coffees and packaged rolls? Make a change and stop for coffee or espresso and a fresh homemade apple fritter or ham and cheese croissant at Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight is a family-owned business with a friendly staff who has served the past area for 22 years. Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight opens daily at 4:30 a.m.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit. Get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and stay warm today.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
That's right. It's morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got Jess over there. Jess, what's going on?
So I may not remember what movie I watched last, but I know which one I will watch next.
Okay.
Next week is the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh, can't wait. See, that's worth
Yep.
watching, but I'm still not going to go to AMC for it.
Exactly. I only go to 2 theaters, and the one is the Galaxy Theater, the other one is the Harkins. So I rarely go to an AMC, so I'm not missing anything with their.
I'm
I
not
remember
gonna lie, I grew up next to an AMC, so that one's the one I usually go to right away, and it's got reclining seats. So I'm like, shoot, why did I just say that? So I don't know. If you find me at one, that's me going. That's me sitting at the back because I can't afford the premium. How much more is it going to cost? Did they get to that? Have they, like, can you go now and then? I know it's a push towards getting the Prime thing, but I think it's dumb because it kind of like, you are special, you're not special, right? Front of the row stuff. It's like, it's just dumb, whatever. Anyway, go ahead, Jess.
I think it's going to extra $10, but AMC did something stupid last year when they charged like an additional $3 to $4 for people who wanted to watch the Batman. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. What? Why did they do that?
I don't know, but they were trying out something new, and certain movies, you had to pay a premium price to watch certain movies.
Oh, was that like
what?
In order not to sell out or something? Like, I kind of remember, but it was. I'm sorry, MC. You guys are just fire the guy that makes those suggestions. Just be like, are you stupid? He goes, yeah. He's that guy. All right. Anyway, Jess, what were you saying?
Oh my God. But no, it's just they need to think of something better. And yeah, we're at an age where we can watch movies from anywhere. So going to a theater, you got to make it a little bit more.
Yeah,
Just do something. Just don't install couches. Don't install couches.
Yeah. I like recliners. I do like the recliner ones. That's about it. But that's where I'm at with that. So back to the movie. So you're gonna see that, and why are you excited for that? Because I'm excited for it. Not gonna lie, it's one of those ones that I'm like, yay, special effects, can't wait, right?
Yes, exactly. No, I like Jonathan Majors, so I want to see what he can do in the MCU. We saw a hint of it during Loki, when he played He Who Remains.
Okay.
So we'll find out in this one what his character is going to be, and yeah, so obviously he's a bad guy. So it's good. It'll be interesting to see him in his role. There's another movie coming out that I haven't seen. Oh, it's a boxing movie. Creed 3?
Oh, I want to see that. It looks good. I like Creed, by the way. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm like, spin-off, it's dumb. And then I saw it and I go, oh my God, the best thing ever. But I saw the second one before I think I saw the first one. And I was like, okay, or what, did I see the first one? Then let's see. I don't remember. I just remember he was like really like, I like it. It's a really good movie. So I do recommend it to people. I go, hey, go watch it. Yeah, it looks a little like he had to put a lot of weight and muscle on that third one, man, because he's big. The guy that goes at him, I guess his friend from like school. I saw the trailer and I was like, whoa. So I don't know, Jess.
Right, that's what that was the other thing I want to watch. It'd be like when Jonathan Majors was in the ring. Man, that guy looks swole. I was like, he looked like he grew 3 sizes like the Hulk. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, that's Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
Oh, then okay. Yeah, he's huge, man. That guy is like solid. If he came at you, I say just play dead. I'm dead. No fight, no hit. Anyway, there you go. All right. So there you go. That's the story. So I have a question. What do you do when you're handed a counterfeit bill?
Are you able to identify the counterfeit bill?
I think if anything, the answer is no at first, but you should just in case, because how would you have it if it were a counterfeit bill? to you by the bank. So my uncle, I have to say this real quick, okay? My uncle said this, and I'm not gonna lie, he actually gave me money, so I'm hoping it's all real. I have to go to the bank and see if it is real. But the bank, so he got money, all right? He's telling me this story, and I'm like, you just gave me money for like a job that we did last November because people don't pay. It took how long? Wait, November, December, January, February. It took 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, I think when did the event happen? Yeah, maybe for 3 or 4 months to get paid on one job. Okay, if you are one of those, let me know in comments because everybody's paying slow. I'm like, why is everybody paying slow? Like the job's like it was done. Anyway, so my story is this. So he's telling me this yesterday. He goes, here's the pay. We got paid, yay. So he sends money to someone in Mexico, right? I don't know who it is, whatever. So he's like, okay, so I take it to a place, right, where they like wire that to the people in Mexico. But the wire place said this is counterfeit. He goes, how is that possible? Because the bank, which is a U.S. bank, gave it to me. Like I went from there to here, and I'm giving it to you now to give to, the people in Mexico. They're like, it's counterfeit. So he goes back to the bank, Jess, and he says, hey, by the way, give me a counterfeit bill. They're like, oh, okay. So they give the real bill, right? I have a question on the money that he gave me. Anyway, so here's the thing, Jess. So he's a little upset because he's like, yeah. So I'm like, huh. He goes, talk about this on your show. See if anybody else has this. So U.S. Bank, I'm not sure which one he went to. I think it's probably the one in L.A., all right? If you have bills being given to you, report it, okay? Because the bank should never hand out counterfeit money. If you give them counterfeit money, technically it rejects it, especially if you do it in the ATM, okay? That's one way to check. If it rejects it and doesn't take it, it's a counterfeit bill. He says, oh, there's a simple way to know it's not counterfeit. It's called the new ones. I go, yeah, but the old ones should still work, right? But evidently, I don't know how counterfeit it was. I should have had him take a picture. Anyway, he just told me this yesterday, so I'm like, is the money that I have counterfeit? So the question I have is this, Jess. How would you know if you have a counterfeit bill handed to you from the bank? And here's my thought, Jess. I think the bank has an inside job of someone because how would that bank have money that they give out that's counterfeit? No bank is supposed to give out counterfeit money, Jess.
Yeah, that's actually really disturbing. What denomination was it?
100.
Okay. It was an old 100?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. The new hundreds are fairly easy to tell because they have a lot of security features.
Right.
The older ones, a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, which is why they also like updated them. I know that. The strip that they have, the newer ones look like fake money. I get that. But I don't know what he got handed from a bank, U.S. bank, which he banks at. He's like, yeah, that's my bank. I'm like, man, if you can't trust a bank giving you money, you got to really be careful, right?
Yeah, that's disturbing on because they always check the money when I give it to them, and I'm always assuming that the money that they're giving me is 100% real.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Okay. I've had thoughts because you know how they check, like when you give them money and they check, right? Some of them look at, they put in the sky, right? They go, okay, let me look through that. They're looking for a marker on the inside of it. You can see it. You can see certain, like if you're a retail person, usually you look, or they have a little thing where they like do a little marker, and if it's real, it's not a big deal. Some of them have like a little UV thing to see. Okay, let's see if we can see that. Like there's a lot of security features on every single bill. My question, I really hope I have real money, but the point is this, Jess. The point is this: if a bank gives out, like, I think it's an inside job. I think somebody's laundering money through that bank, Jess. I think the feds need to figure it out. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. There you go. So hopefully it's.
I can see that happening. I've seen, what was it? There was a process on these people. They were washing or bleaching a bunch of 5s and 1s and turning them into 20s and 100s.
Yeah.
And the paper's real. They're just bleaching the top part and reprinting with whatever ink. But it doesn't always look the same because sometimes it's not as vibrant, especially with the newer ones, because you can tell.
Yeah, I just think it's like a simple, and it's not hard. The cartel, the mob men, mafia men, they all do it. It's a money laundering scheme. But I think somebody had in with a bank person. They said, okay, here's my money. Wink, wink. Person's like, okay, let me change this out, and you wouldn't know it. Even the cameras wouldn't know it until you track the $100 bills that are all counterfeit. So I'm like, I'm glad he was able to take it back and get like real money, but I would be like, can you call that out? Like, I'm just, because a lot of people have $100 bills and all of a sudden are fake. So if it's something that you've experienced, especially in the LA area, okay, U.S. Bank. But I would question any bank at this point, because if it gets, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if someone's listening and go, ooh, great idea, because technically it is a good idea if you don't get caught, but don't do it. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of movies like what is it? Where they're like capers. Like Ryan Reynolds was in a movie with Dwayne Johnson. I loved it, by the way. And he's a caper, and Dwayne Johnson tried to catch him, and then like Gal Gadot's in it. It's all like Anyway, so yeah, or Italian Job, great movie with Charlize Theron and what's his name, Mark Wahlberg. Oh, by the way, go check out Shooter. My mom finished it. It's like 3 seasons on Netflix. Mark Wahlberg actually produced it. He doesn't star in it, but he produced it. He's executive producer of that. I'm like, when did he have the time? I think he was doing Transformers at the time. Oh, by the way, I want to see Transformers at the movie theater. That, I'm still not going to pay top dollar. I think I'm going to go to Regal or what's the other one with the H again? Or Cinemark. I'll probably go to Cinemark.
Yeah, there are plenty of theaters other than AMC. They are no longer the top dog, just like Netflix is no longer the only streaming service, and they might be going bye-bye if they end up getting rid of password sharing. I'm still watching you, Netflix.
Yeah, what happened there, Jess?
I don't know. I swear to God, they are testing. It's testing it in like 8 different countries now. So, like in South America and whatnot. So
I think it's dumb.
It's dumb. It's not gonna work. The moment they do it, their profits are gonna go down.
They've done it for so long, right? It's called Family Share Program, right? Now, I get it. I'm not going to lie. I had a thought one time. I was like, let me put it this way. I was with a woman, okay? And you know how it shows recently viewed, right? I saw the recently viewed. And I'm like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. And I didn't see that. Huh. I thought maybe the ex-guy was watching using, you know what I mean? And it was under her name, right? And I was like, I remember asking, I said, is that Netflix under your name or his name? She goes, oh, it's under my name. I said, okay. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get a new Netflix one, because I'm like, I don't want him seeing what we're watching, right? So that's my only thing for people out there that are exes, or was it like I want to be the next one out there? Don't share a password with a ex that you know what I mean, because they see what you're seeing, you know what I mean, and then you can see what they see, but that ties you together. So I'm almost happy for couples that need to be separate to be like, oh, that's Netflix, that's not me, because then people are going to message you. Hey, by the way, do you have the new Netflix like password? No, I don't. I'm so sorry. Netflix can that. I would, you know what I mean? Otherwise, because I know some people like if they want someone to call, they would just be like they change the password. I've heard some people they're petty, but whatever. They do that. They change the password, and then the person calls out of the blue because otherwise they wouldn't call. But they want the password because they don't want to pay for it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, Jess. But anyway, that's
why would you keep an X on your Netflix account?
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. But if they're an ex and you have a kid with them, yeah, that's what. Well, they're now an ex, but whatever. And I think they went back to the guy, but whatever. My point is this: you don't want to be that guy. Don't be a stepfather in this day and age, or a step anything. Just don't, because it always reneges. It's the dumbest thing ever. So there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You don't have that problem, Jess.
No, I'm glad I do not have that problem. But you know what? They can watch. They can see what I've been watching. I'll add a bunch of dumb stuff to their list.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Yeah. So it's.
People say petty. I'm like, yep, my name is Tom.
Yep, I'm Mr. Yeah, exactly. So don't date someone who shares their account with. And I get it. Sometimes they don't want to like ruffle, But it's like, is that yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We got more right after this. Stay tuned.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa. Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. We got Jess over there. Jess, I'm seeing this article. Interesting. I know Super Bowl's around the corner. However you're going to spend it, whether it's with fam or fun or maybe just, out in wherever you're at. This is interesting. And I didn't know this, but look out for it. The flyover team is all female. So it's making history. So that's going to be some pretty big, And then, of course, others just watch for the ads. So Super Bowl Sunday, you're going to go look for it. That's where the Philadelphia Eagles... I'm not going to lie, Jess. I completely got broadsided when Bill said, hey, by the way, don't forget it's Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, who's playing? I was so not... I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry. Usually I'm ahead of that, but I wasn't. So that's this weekend for those of you that are like, huh? Because there's so much the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs are playing at Phoenix State Farm Stadium. But the kind of big thing, which will be real quick, but I think you guys should just kind of whoa, is the ones that will do the flyover are all women. So they're making history. It's 4 female pilots. They're going to be doing the Diamond Formation. They're honoring 50 years of women flying in the U.S. Navy. One of the 4 pilots, Navy Lieutenant Katie Perkowski, said to said it was surreal of being selected to pilot the flyover. It's a big thing, right? Because Navy Lieutenant Suzelle Thomas, she says, I didn't believe it. I'm like, okay. First of all, are they fans of Super Bowl or not? You know what I mean? This is what they do for a living, Jess. I mean, it's cool. And actually, women make probably the best pilots ever. Did you know that?
I was not aware of this, and I also was not aware the Super Bowl was coming either. I totally forgot, so you're not alone.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for making me feel good about this. But yeah, women are actually really good as pilots because, honestly, that's why, and people say it, but it's true. If you haven't seen, and this is a good time to go see it before you actually appreciate this. Top Gun 2, okay? I got to show it to my mom. I don't know if she's ready for it, but Top Gun, has, honestly, the shorter you are, the better. The taller you are, the harder it is to pilot a fast aircraft. The reason they compress your body is because the amount of time when you pull G-forces, you know this, Jess, right?
Yes, yes. That's why they have specialized suits which
Yeah.
blow up and kind of like push your organs in place so they're not gonna be like all the way up here.
What's that?
Uh,
Such your organs, man. It's called pressure of blood. So the blood pressure, basically, the shorter you are, the amount of time that it takes for the blood to get to your brain, you could pass out quicker if you're super tall. Like if you're over a certain height, they say no, not worth it if you're gonna go real fast. Like you could play like okay, you could be in any aircraft as a tall person, but if you're gonna go fast, you want to be short in stature. Now, the reason women are actually really good as pilots isn't because of their short stature, it's because they're actually usually very limber. Their body is kind of different than men. Like they're more flexible, they're more everything, and they just are quick when it comes to response, quicker than men by like a margin. They did research on this a while back, and this is why actually it's better to hire women than men when it comes to fighter. But you don't see a lot of fighter women. You see a lot of fighter men in shows, but fighter women are really fast and they're very quick. There's something about the brain in women that works quicker than men when it comes to response time. I don't know what it is, but it's there. That's why I think they live longer. But anyway, there you go. That's the story. I'm going to stick to it. It says Thomas piloting an F-35C. Thomas is the one on the right. You can see that right there on our broadcast on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. The newest aircraft in the Navy. She has already made history as the first woman to qualify directly to fly the aircraft, meaning she didn't have to train on other jets first. Perkowski, who's the one on the left, will be piloting the plane at the back of Sunday's formation as they cruise over State Farm Stadium at around 345 miles per hour, Jess. That's fast, right? That's fast. Yikes.
oh man, I would love to be in one of those planes right now. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, like to be like a passenger, right? You wouldn't want to fly that, guarantee.
No. It takes a lot of skill to pilot those. Maybe if I learned it, but no, I would rather just be in the back and my finger on the ejection button just in case. You never know.
Yeah, I'm going to show this because this plane is pretty neat. And for women out there, and I know some men are like, "What?" I go, "Look, man, you don't get it, man. Talk to women, and they just know stuff." But this right here, okay, these are the women, but this is. Let me show you this. This is the plane behind her to the right. Okay, that's on again our Facebook feed and all that. Oh man, we're out of time. Anyway, that's the plane. That's what they're gonna fly. That's what you're gonna see overhead. Pay attention to it. Super Bowl Sunday. It's happening, man. Perkowski said, but for me as a football fan, when I got the call to do the Super Bowl flyover, it's almost like a dream initially for someone who loves the NFL. Okay, so she loves it. Okay, awesome. It's a 100,000-ton aircraft carrier. Oh man, they're gonna do this. Wow, it's gonna be amazing. Anyway, we're out of time, people. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember life is worth living. Live it well.